Welcome back to EMO 2023. As you can see, we're on the QualiChem booth, and I got my buddy Tim with me right now. Can you believe it's Tim's first EMO? I'm kind of excited. What do you think so far?
I am loving it.
Yeah?
It is my first EMO, and I'm loving the vibe. It's exciting to be here. The energy level is high, and I love the international flavor.
Yeah, I like that you said that because we've done IMTS. We know the domestic version. We're both coming from the U.S. In fact, a little secret for you guys, we both come from Virginia as well. Even though I live in Florida now, Virginia, so right in your backyard, which is where QualiChem is. Now, you've recently just laid a flag in the ground here in Germany. Can you talk about the significance of that? Even though you've been in Europe for 10 years now, there's something you've done recently that I think is worth conveying to the audience.
Yes, yes. As Tony pointed out, we've been calling on and building our brand in Europe for about 10 years, and we've grown our business model here extremely well, and it was time to actually go all in on Europe. So we've created a specific European entity. It's called QualiChem Europe, and it's based right here in Germany. So as you said, we planted our flag, we're making a lot of investment, and we're blending here now. So we're going to be exporting a lot less out of the U.S. and blending right here on the continent.
And we realize the importance of that because we're doing the same thing, bringing things to the U.S. as well. So by doing the reverse of that and being here, I know it's going to help the European area. Now, what I want to do, because your first EMO, of course, but you've been here for a long time, and I want the audience to realize, which they probably do, there's choices of coolant out there. So what sets someone apart? What makes QualiChem so significant? I'd love to invite our friend Mike on camera real quick to kind of go over some of those details and what makes QualiChem so unique and that go-to, because we all know coolant touches everything. And as a machinist, I overlook that like a real fool. But coolant touches everything. So Mike, if you wouldn't mind jumping on camera a little bit. Tim, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. So coolant. We know it touches everything. We know the importance. We know what it does to finishes and tool life and overall machine wear and tear. We're the first to blame. We're the last to be talked to. Let's talk about why QualiChem is so important for the audience watching.
Well, that's a great question. First of all, we do focus on every aspect of coolant, not just the tool life performance, but every aspect, every aesthetic aspect, which is foaming and the longevity of the fluid, as well as the operator acceptance of the fluid. It has to be compatible with every machine tool as well as every metal that they're trying to cut. So it's really a complex list of chemicals that go into metalworking fluids. And I have two right here that we're launching. Thank you. This is our global brand of GeoCool products. One of them, the 860, is designed for aluminum and steels, and the other one, GeoCool 890, is designed for your exotic metals. And these are designed so that they're acceptable across the globe from a chemical perspective. They're also free of lots of the materials that you don't want in your fluids, and the performance of these fluids are absolutely fantastic, both from a tool life performance as well as aesthetics. We're manufacturing these now in our Bendorf, Germany facility, as well as all of the materials that we're currently supplying throughout the EU. We're really excited to be here at EMO and really happy to be having this conversation with you right now.
And we're happy to be here with you as well, Mike. I appreciate that. Now, you said absolutely fantastic what it can handle, and we actually have some backing to talk about that as well. I'm going to invite Susie on camera also. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate you.
You betcha. Thanks, Tony.
Now, Susie, we were recently in Texas, and we want to kind of strengthen the conversation as a lot of us who are believers in our own products, we say things because we believe in them, but oftentimes it comes off as, oh, that's just a sales guy, that's just a technical. But the truth of the customers that you guys have and being in Texas recently, let's talk about that customer and what they went through just real quick, because that video is getting ready to come out as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So this customer in Texas is Davis Machine, and they switched from our fluid to a competitive fluid that saved them just a little bit of money right at the jump from, the drum cost less. They quickly realized that price and cost are not the same. Ultimately switched back to our QualiChem product, and from there they had better tool life, and as you can imagine, just a better experience for all around with our fluid
You know what? When I was there, Susie, and something that really stuck out for the audience watching that I'd never realized until we had the conversation is he talked about the lesser quality coolant that he saved money with up front and lost money at the end. He was burning through it faster. So if it was 1 barrel to every month, it was now 4 or 5 barrels to every month because this coolant was actually sticking to the material, which did multiple things for everyone watching. He was going through the coolant quicker because it was sticking to the material, but on top of that, he was losing tool life.
Yes.
The finishes needed secondary operation, so it took him more time to do those things as well. And it was just these grimy components that weren't what he wanted it to be. Ultimately, how many times do we talk about, look at the end unit cost, not the beginning cost?
Exactly.
Because we're losing money, and we found that out, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's not always maybe your drum costs less at the beginning, but you'll be spending more because you're going to have to keep buying more and more drums than if you just went with the higher quality product to begin with.
Yeah, and one of my mathematical equations that I love because we know it's a type of product that must repeat over and over and over again is cutting tools.
Yep.
5%, 10%, 20%. If we're losing that small percentage of that life over time, cutting tools are not inexpensive in most cases, and we're burning through money at that point. And because coolant touches everything, so very important. So now the audience is stoked to see us, and we know we're at EMO 2023. Let's talk about where you're located here in Hall 6 at EMO and your website as well.
Yeah, so we're here in Hall 6, stand F15, and if you're not here at EMO with us, you can find us on LinkedIn, all the social medias, and our website is www.qualichem.com.
Susie, you're a star. I appreciate you joining me again. Mike and Tim, you're both amazing. For everyone watching, you're amazing as well. Thank you for caring about manufacturing as much as we do. We definitely appreciate you. And my camera people, you're awesome. Thank you so much for what you do also.